Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Betsy Oji-Ofoegbu. I'm a member of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, that's ICAN. I'm a member of ACCA UK, if you like, and I'm a member of the CPA in Canada. So yes guys, today I want to help you guys through your CPA journey. My plan is to walk you guys through different questions that you would have regarding CPA. I know that these questions come up quite frequently, and so if that sounds like a video that you would like to watch, please hit subscribe and hit the like button. Please drop me a comment at the end of the video as well and let me know if you learned anything. Okay, let's get right into the video. I know that CPA Canada has like a lot of websites and it can get really confusing trying to understand exactly how each of these websites, all relate and how much it relates to you and your CPA journey. So I decided to do this video, which is more like a tell-all video on how to become a CPA in Canada, especially if you're an internationally trained accountant. That is, you already have your charter from whatever other body, internationally, right? Be it Nigeria or be it Zimbabwe or be it like the US CPA or whatever it is, but focus would be mainly on the ICAN and the ACCA, but this would be really helpful to several other people as well. Watch the video till the end so that you do not miss any important points that I would give at any point of the video. I'm going to try to be structured, but I know that these things can get really confusing. So yes guys, please hit the like button, please hit subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be walking you guys through a varied number of topics related to your career in Canada, especially if you're in the accounting, business, finance, area. So yeah, so I kind of think you want to subscribe to my channel. Yeah, this is me pitching to you. Okay, so what does CPA Canada do? CPA in Canada is just like every other accounting body that that every country has. Yes, most countries have like one or two bodies that regulate the behavior, the profession of accounting in whatever region that they exist, right? So perhaps you've been walking through LinkedIn and you've been seeing different designations by people's names. Sometimes you see CMA, CGA, CPA, CGA, CA, CPA, CA. It gets really confusing, like what exactly is going on with all of these people. Yes, today I'll try and just like simplify all of this. Here in Canada in 2013, I think there was a merger of all separate accounting bodies that were regulating accounting in Canada. So we had the CA, we had the CGA, we had CICA, they had CIMA, CMA, and then they decided to merge all of that into one designation called the CPA in Canada. So yes guys, that I think just kind of makes it a bit easier to understand. And then of course those who are CPA, CGA are more likely those who are in general accounting. When you see CPA, CMA, those ones are in probably management accounting. And then when you see CPA, CA, I think those ones were like basically chartered accountants. They can do anything, right? Yeah, something like that. Let's not get into the boring part of it. So after all of these measures, what it meant is that one CPA Canada becomes the umbrella body for all the individual CPAs of the different provinces in Canada. Yes guys, so I think that one explains why there are several like CPA bodies: CPA Ontario, CPA British Columbia, CPA Alberta, CPA in Manitoba, CPA Saskatchewan, CPA. So like, which of them am I supposed to join, right? So that's the next question. Which CPA in Canada, which CPA body do you want to become a member of? Now this would largely depend again on where you want to settle, or just maybe which one you find their requirements quite easy, right? So I know that some people who had probably become members of CPA in BC are probably working in Ontario. There's no like, oh, you can't use the BC one in Ontario or something like that. No, you can use the CPA so long as it's CPA Canada. That's the umbrella body, right? So you can use the CPA certificate to work anywhere in Canada. Emphasis on the fact that you need to just obtain it from one province. The CPA Canada body doesn't like issue a certificate, so you have to go provincial when you want to get your certificate. However, once you're done meeting the requirements of each province or either province that you decide to use, eventually you become a member of CPA Canada by, let's just say, by virtue of the fact that you're a member of a province. So think of it like the provinces are the ones actually issuing the designation, but the umbrella body becomes your umbrella so long as you become a member of a CPA. So I'm a member of CPA Ontario, but I'm also a member of CPA Canada. So when I was going to become a member of CPA Ontario, I had to pay dues to both Ontario and to the umbrella body, like I explained. So yes guys, okay, how do I become a member of the CPA in Canada? Now I'm gonna try and explain this because it really gets confusing. Because again, there are different provinces. Most of them try to do their requirements to be a bit unified, but sometimes you might notice some differences from province to province. So I'm gonna just say this: wherever you decide to become a member of, please take your time to go through the specific website for that province. However, if you just want a high level, a generic high level, then continue watching this video and hit subscribe. Okay guys, to become a member of CPA Canada, there are two routes. Basically what they call the CPA Prep and the CPA PEP. Now, when we say prep, we refer to people who have to basically start some kind of rudimentary accounting because CPA doesn't consider them knowledgeable enough to go directly into the PEP module. Now, the prep, PREP, is for those whom are basically undergrads, or they are like, they didn't study accounting as their first degree, right? This is whether or not you even studied it in Canada. So there are different kinds of people. Those who are maybe graduates of economics or graduates of biology even, and they want to come here and practice as CPA, they have to definitely start from more or less like the beginning, which is the prep modules. And then eventually they progress to take the PEP modules, and then eventually they become members of the CPA. So if you have an undergraduate degree in something related to accounting, say maybe economics or business finance or commerce or something that is just kind of linked to accounting, you might have to start from the CPA prep module, just because again you did not study core accounting. So you might just take 1 or 2 fundamental courses and you'll be certified good to go into the PEP modules. Now, what is the PEP module? The PEP module itself is where those who are, like, I guess the target audience that I have for this video, you're already internationally trained, you already have your ICAN, you already have your ACCA. So I mean, it goes without saying that you already know enough accounting to not have to start from like the very beginning, which is the prep module, right? So yeah, so CPA understands that, and then they decide to start you from the PEP modules. Now, what is the PEP modules? PEP modules are Core 1, Core 2, Capstone 1, Capstone 2, then you do the CFE. So now to the main question. If you're an internationally trained accountant, do you need to become a member of the CPA to be able to practice in Canada? Well, my answer and my experience from what I've seen so far is that you do not need a CPA to be able to at least practice accounting in Canada. You can at least find a job, an accounting role, financial analyst role, senior financial analyst, senior accountant, such roles really do not always specify that you need a CPA. Sometimes they might just say equivalent, designation, right, in the job advert. So that means that even if you don't have a CPA Canada membership, you might still be able to practice accounting in Canada. However, if you want to just have a guaranteed way of always being able to apply to any job that relates to accounting, then of course you might need a CPA, just because some jobs might want to specify, especially if it's certain level of employment, right? Now, if you're in the core accounting roles such as audit and tax, it goes without saying that you kind of need CPA at some point in your career, because again you have to show your license to practice in those disciplines, right? So if you are working for a KPMG or a PwC or like an EY, Deloitte, those guys, right, the BDO, the RSMs of the world, then you of course have to show that you are licensed to practice in that discipline. So yeah, so you might be able to win your way through maybe getting a lower level role like an accountant or senior accountant, but at some point to make manager, senior manager, and and above, then of course you need to have your CPA. So yeah, so it's just something that is, if you want to practice accounting, like you want to do it to the fullest, sign up financial statements, get involved in like high level leadership, CFOs, controllers, then of course those it will become necessary at some point to prove that yes, aside that it in your head, you kind of have it on paper as well that you're licensed to practice in Canada. Should you become a member of CPA Canada? No. My default answer is no, really, because again, you want to determine what you're coming to Canada to do. You don't just want to do CPA because everybody is doing it, right? Yes, another thing you must know is that a lot of people have CPA because it was largely easier to actually get CPA before now. So yes, so a lot of people who had ICANs and ACCAs coming from Nigeria or just generally having ACCA, you're able to convert to CPA Canada because initially there was an MRA, there was a mutual recognition agreement between CPA Canada and the ACCA. So what that meant was that ACCA members who wanted to become members of CPA Canada could literally exchange their certificates, take one course in Canadian tax and law, and become members of the CPA. So you see, it was quite easy. Of course, they'll pay some dues, right? You guys know that already. So yes, of course. So, but right now, it's no longer as easy, right? People who have ACCAs and ICAN have to now take exams. Yes, you have to take exams to prove that whatever you have is equivalent to a level of a prep. So you're going to have to even challenge that, as in challenge the CPA that, oh yeah, what I have in my head is enough for you not to even start me on the base level, right? So yes, so all of that. So it gets quite complicated from then going onward. So again, I ask, do you really have to do it? Which is why I said no. You have to determine what are you coming to Canada to do. Do you want to practice accounting in Canada? Like, are you seeing yourself being a controller here? A partner who's going to sign off on financial statements or something? if you don't see yourself getting that far, then you might as well start looking for jobs with your ICAN and your ACCA. Just get into a senior financial analyst role, for instance, and then you're okay there. Like, nobody, you don't have to aim for like anything really big if that's not what you want to do here. Because honestly, there's gonna be competition at the top anyway. So CPA might not even be enough at some point. You might want to go do an MBA. So where does it end, right? So you have to determine what you want to truly do here. So yeah, so I personally believe you don't need needless certifications just because you're an immigrant. Not necessarily. Again, evaluate yourself, evaluate your goals, personal goals, and what you want to do here. And some people might just come here and decide to change their career path. So why suffer and go through all the stress of getting the CPA if you're not going to use it, right? So yeah, so just determine what you want to do here. So how much do CPAs earn in Canada? Well, again, this one would also be based on experience and based on the fact that these kind of questions, really, how much does CPA earn? You can earn anything. It's most likely going to be a range, right? So yeah, so once you have your CPA in Canada, like your license to practice in Canada, I've seen research that shows that the average salary of a CPA in Canada is about 80k Canadian dollars. Yes, guys. So that shows that, I mean, depending on the province, depending on the role, the JD, that's the job description of whatever role you're applying to, several factors exist, right? You guys should probably know this one by now. So yes, so guys, but at least on the average, like Glassdoor and you know, Indeed kind of show that yeah, let's say 75 and above should be a good range to say yes, a CPA should be able to earn, depending again on their experience, right? So yeah, so a lot of factors come into it. It's not just like one answer, but at least you wouldn't want to have a CPA and then somebody's paying you like 50k. Why would you want to do a job of 50k for a CPA? So yeah, so something like that. So you know you can at least earn good from this. How then do you become a member of CPA Canada as internationally trained accountant? For the purpose of simplicity, I'm going to be referring to internationally trained accountants as ITAs. Yes, just because it's kind of getting into my way, like almost like a tongue twister at this point. Anyway, guys, so yeah, so if you're an ITA and you want to become a member of the CPA Canada, I would say this: determine if your body, that's the membership that you already have, has a direct MRA with the CPA in Canada, or if such bodies had what they call legacy MRAs or RMAs, right? Yeah. If you're a member of ICA Zimbabwe or ICA India or CPA Ireland or a few other, I mean, you have to probably go and check, right, if your own falls under that bucket. It means that your institutes already have some form of RMAs with CPA Canada. But if you're a member of ICAN and ACCA specifically, right now there is no such agreement. So then what then happens if you want to become a member of CPA? I'm going to speak specifically for CPA Ontario just because that's the body that I am a member of. So yes, CPA Ontario has two parts basically to becoming a member of CPA Ontario. You have the challenge path and you have the full CPA path. Now for the challenge path, I'm going to just read out exactly what I have here. You're going to have to challenge examinations of Core 1 and Core 2 modules. You're going to have to challenge the examinations of 2 elective modules. And you're going to also have to do the Capstone 1 module, the Capstone 2 module. These are more like case studies. The capstones are like case studies. And eventually you do the CFE. The CFE is a 3-day exam. Yes, guys. So this is like the challenge path. So again, if you're an internationally trained accountant, you want to go through this route, right? Because you want to show that, oh, I already probably know enough accounting to, instead of me starting from like financial accounting. I mean, I know that thing now. Don't you know that thing? I mean, you're an ICAN member, an ACCA member. Who is making you go back to financial accounting? So yes, guys, you want to try and challenge your Core 1, Core 2. You challenge your 2 elective modules. You do your Capstone 1 and Capstone 2, and then you conclude with the CFE. But if you want to do the full exam, assuming you're just coming here with an undergraduate degree in something else that is not even accounting and you just still want to work as an accountant in Canada, then you want to go through the full CPA path. And what is that? So you have to do your Core 1 and Core 2 modules and examination. So it's like you have to go through like the classes and the exam instead of just jumping to the exam if you were challenging them. Yes. And then you also have to do your 2 elective modules and examination. Yes, guys. This again means you don't have any knowledge, right? So you want to learn as much as you can learn, and then you do your exams. Now you also proceed to do your Capstone 1 and Capstone 2 modules, which are, like I said, more of case study. And then everybody meets at where? The CFE. The CFE is compulsory for everyone right now. So long as you do not have an MRA, you have to do the CFE. Yes, I have a friend who has CPA Ireland, I think. He didn't have to do all of the Core 1, Core 2, blah, 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 but he eventually still had to write the CFE to become a member of the CPA. Now, I would want you to understand that sometimes Yes, although they are generic things that are stated on the website, some other things are something you have to, like a personal fight, you have to win on your own. This is me telling you from experience. So my advice to you is to reach out to the CPA of any province that you want to become a member of, and try and find an email that you can send them a direct email to, such as, you know, under the contact us or something like that. You want to send them your credentials, right? Something like a resume stating out all you have done as a person and all the certifications that you have. They might be able to assess you on an individual basis and say, okay, come and start from maybe the final CFE exam. Forget about all the core 1, core 2, capstone 1, capstone 2, you know, all of those things, elective modules and all of that. Yeah. If you already have an MRA from your body, say for instance you're a member of Institute of Chartered Accountants of Zimbabwe, they currently have an existing MRA, just like South Africa as well has an existing MRA. Then if you're a member of these two bodies, all you need to do, just similar to how I got mine when ACCA still had an MRA, you have to like submit your resume. They have like a full list of all the things you need to do. I don't want to go over them because those ones can easily be found on the website. The essence of this video is to explain those gray areas that really get confusing when people want to start their journey, right? So if you do already have an MRA, just go to their website, any website of any province you want to become a member of. You have to submit your resume. At least I remember doing that. You have to get some kind of reference from your membership body. You have to also get references from those who are already CPAs in Canada. You have to pay some dues. You have to take the module on overview of Canadian tax and law. I think that's what it was called. You know, so yeah, once you're done with all of this, then you pay all the dues and then you become a member. Yes, but if you do not have a direct membership agreement, guys, then please be prepared to write examinations. And I would just say, give yourself like 3 years. That's how I'll put it. Just from the moment you're ready to start, give yourself another 3 years. And I believe if you're studious and you don't fail any exams here and there, you should be able to get it done in good time. How much does it cost to become a CPA in Canada? Again, this would depend on how you become a CPA in Canada. Yes, because some people become CPAs through mutual agreements, like I explained. Some people become CPAs via starting from the very beginning, initial registration, all the elective modules, all the core 1, core 2, capstone 1, capstone 2, down to, you know, annual membership, the CFE and everything else. So yeah, so it is not exactly the same. But if you want to know like a high level, okay, if I'm just to start from the scratch, how much should I mentally prepare myself for that the CPA can cost me to eventually achieve, then I would say prepare yourself. It will cost you up to 5,000 and above Canadian dollars, yes, to obtain the CPA in Canada. I did a high level mathematics and I already saw that, okay, for an average person, yes, 5,000, 7,000 and even above, like I said. So just know that it's not something that's gonna come cheap, which is why you want to be very sure that you want to do a CPA in Canada. I mean, yes, it's a certification, right? It has future benefits that would obviously make 5,000 seem like chicken change at the end of the day. However, if you get it and then you don't eventually use it for that purpose, then it might seem like one other needless certificate that just fills up your box, right? Yeah, guys, so please think about that before you commit to such a lifelong experience. Now, still on the cost of becoming a CPA in Canada, I'm going to say this. For a CPA Ontario, I noticed that some of the dues actually have timelines where they get more expensive. For instance, CPA Ontario, I'm looking at it right here, is saying initial admission fee and annual student dues. If you register between January and June of any year, or basically of 2022, the total value is 819 Canadian dollars. However, for the same things, if you register between July and December, you'll be paying 480. Honestly, I do not know why, but I remember that when I was going to be a member and I had to pay my dues, I noticed that it was different for those who were registering at some time of the year. So you guys, you want to check that out before you make your payment so that you're sure that you're paying exactly what is related to the period you want to become a member at, as well as, you know, whatever it is that they have evaluated for you to pay for. So yes, you guys do not miss that. Would you have to prove practical experience to become a CPA member in Canada? Yes, guys, practical experience requirements is very important for any professional body. If you're a member of ICAN, you probably had to submit some kind of experience for 36 months of training or something before you became a member of ICAN. Same with ACCA. I remember ACCA had me reaching out to my previous employers, PwC back in Nigeria, you know, get all those sign-offs to show that, yeah, you know enough of auditing, enough of tax to become a member of ACCA. So again, CPA in Canada, just like every other body, has that requirement. To become a member of CPA in Canada, you still have to prove again that you have the requisite experience and the requisite hours. They I think the emphasis for CPA in Canada is more of even the hours. Back in Nigeria, I don't think anybody cared if you were on maternity leave or whatever it was. So long as you just proved that you were, you had the job for 3 years, you were good to go. And I think ACCA as well. I don't remember them being as, down to like the number of hours you had worked and all of that. But here in CPA Canada, I recall that even as I was getting my membership through the ACCA MRA, when I had to fill the form for CPA Canada, my employer here, KPMG Canada, had me go and check my chargeable hours on our portal. Yes, guys, I had to go to that level of detail to determine how many hours I had worked in total before I could type it down there that, okay, these are the number of hours I had worked, and this was how much knowledge I had obtained on different auditing concepts and all of that before I became a member of the CPA. So yes, guys, just prepare for that, which is why I keep saying it. Know what kind of job you want to do here before you get into CPA, because you will still be required to prove that you not only have studied enough exams, you have actually worked enough as an accountant to earn the CPA designation. Today's video, we looked at quite a number of frequently asked questions relating to getting your CPA membership in Canada, especially if you're an internationally trained accountant, which I refer to as ITAs just for simplicity. Yes, guys. So yeah, so help me know in the comments if you have more questions or if you have experience around this, right? Assuming you're just watching this video and you came across it and you want to share your experience as to how you became a CPA member in Canada, please drop it in the comments. Other people can learn from it and help people just like save money here and they'll save time, really, right? Everybody wants to achieve the goal, but you don't have to waste all the time. Yeah, guys, I know I've spoken a lot today. I hope that somebody was able to learn something from all what I have said. But if you want to know, like, you have more questions, you can leave them for me in the comments. I'm gonna try and be more detailed in my videos, just that these videos can get really lengthy if you try to make them very detailed. So yes, and I'm trying to avoid that. But if you have more questions for me and you are not able to satisfy yourself from all the various websites, which is like CPA Alberta.ca, CPA Ontario.ca, CPA Manitoba.ca, there are several websites that you can go to and find out your specific case, because again, this video is to like several people. I'm not entirely sure if I've captured everybody's scenario here, but if you have specific questions that you just felt like, okay, you've gone to the website and it's still not clear, then drop them for me in the comments. I'm gonna go through your comments and I'm gonna take my time to try and source out this information and do an update video to this video and to help you through your CPA journey. The goal is just to help you get to the charter, guys, speedily for some, eventually for others, but eventually I want to see you at the charter. See you guys in the next video. Bye.